But there's people who refuse to acknowledge that Palestinians are even dying, bro. They're saying it's all fake. I know some random dude, some old guy. He works in Hollywood, actually. Some old guy on Facebook. He constantly posts. You know, the numbers are made up. The children, it's the Hamas-controlled ministry. They're making up these fake numbers. Technically, a lot of them are actually terrorists. Yeah. Where how do you prove a kid is a terrorist? A 7-year-old kid who's dying. So my moral metric in 2024 for people is, yeah, if you're not recognizing the Palestinian plight, a genocide that's happening, yes, I will be like, whoa, like what's making you not think about this? You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, that is a very high moral metric in my eyes in this year. Yes.
Okay, I just disagree with that metric. I just do. I think that we're all human, and we all see things in life based on our experiences, right? In your experience, you are Muslim. You just are. If you were born a Jew in Israel, I guarantee you wouldn't be on Palestine's side.
So,
I'm just saying, I guarantee it's not true. That wouldn't be true. But it is what it is. I mean, we are on our path that we're on. I'm just saying, like, I don't think somebody's decision on something should judge their entire character.
Okay.
Go ahead.
You don't have to be Muslim to be on the Palestinian side.
Of course not. I'm not. I'm Catholic.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I still guarantee it. If you were on this path and you were in Israel and you're a Jew, you would be saying the same stuff.
If I were a Jew in Israel and if I was the same person, by the way, there's a lot of Jewish people who were born in Israel that support Palestinians.
Of course.
They are protesting against Benjamin Netanyahu.
Of course.
So there's no guarantee that hypothetically, if I was born in Israel and if I was Jewish, I would not support the Palestinian people, because there's literally hundreds of thousands of Jewish people in Israel who are against the war, who understand
hundreds of thousands.
Yes,
where's that number?
140,000 people just protested in Israel. Yes, against the war.
Let me see.
Okay, let me just pull it up right now. Thank you so much for fact checking me, but Israel protest against war. Keep speaking as I look up this number.
My whole point in this, you're probably right. I told you, this is just my perspective on life in general. Go ahead.
All right. This is July 10th, 2000. Hold on a second. Keep speaking. Let me just pull it up.
My whole point in this, dude, is I don't think you should judge somebody on one thing that they've said. There's a reason people are protesting or defending certain people. There are reasons. You don't know who their leader is or who their role model is. Like, there can be a guy that's totally for Israel, right? And their dad is their hero, and their dad brings up points and consistently pushes it. Does that mean the son is wrong or the dad is wrong? Because if the son is wrong, where is he getting his information on? Probably the dad. And where did the dad get his information from? Probably his grandfather. And all these people. There are sources in this world where people push, and you take people's advice as the truth. Even though it may not be the truth, that doesn't mean it's their fault. It means the source is at fault.
Okay, actually, thank you for fact-checking me. I was wrong.
Okay.
The protest, hold on a second, I wasn't entirely wrong. The protest that I was referring to was a massive rally in Tel Aviv, 140,000 protesters. This was last year.
Okay.
And they were protesting against the government's judicial overhaul plan. This is a headline I'm reading out of a newspaper. But they were resisting against...
To
No,
Palestine?
it doesn't.
Okay, it doesn't relate to Palestine.
One second. But my point still stands. There are thousands of Jewish people who support the Palestinian cause.
But that's not a quantifiable number, is it?
It is a quantifiable number, bro. There's thousands of Jewish people. Like, there's an organization called Jewish Voices for Peace. Jewish Voices for Peace, right? These are Jewish people that I will give them so much credit. Jewish people, Jewish Voices for Peace, that go inside Capitol Hill, and they're literally been protesting inside, like, Capitol hearings, and they stand up for Palestine. The issue doesn't even have to be Israel and Palestine, and they protest. Yeah.
More power to them.
My point was
they are in America.
My point was...
Hold on, they are in America, so there is influence for this.
My point is, though, there are people, Jewish people in Israel, who are protesting. Who are protesting against the war, and they stand with the Palestinian people, and I respect them for that. My overall point was, you don't have to be Muslim to recognize the Palestinian plight. Just because I'm Muslim, I have a bias, because most of the Palestinians that are suffering are Muslims. Yeah. But guess what? They're also Christians and Catholics.
100%.
They're also Catholics and Christians. So the Palestinian plight is a human plight. It's not just a Muslim plight. It's a human plight.
No, but that is your bias.
You don't think it's a human plight, though?
Of course. But naturally, bro, that is your bias. It's fine if it's a human plight or not. And it's fine that you have that bias. Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
But my whole point in this is the entire point of why we're going on this tangent is oftentimes just on a personal level, you said on the pod you have, but you tend to base like people's character off of this one thing. I just don't think that's right. I don't know if I'm right or wrong. I just don't think that's right. I think there are many facets of a person that you can talk about, that I can talk about, and we can base, yes, this facet's right, this facet's wrong. This one's good, this one's bad. Why now? Right? And we can talk about that. But I don't think like a person is based off of one idea.
So the people you're saying are politicians whose character I've been judging.
You've said universities as well.
Yeah,
right?
university.
You've said businesses.
Yes. So like I'm not saying individual person, I'm saying entities that have power. People who have power, I will judge their character
off of one thing.
Not the entire character. I will judge them off of one thing that is killing innocent children and women and their complicit support of that. That is my stance, and I stand by that. Now, the question is, I have on the podcast, yes, I have accused universities who profit off Israeli war ammunition and genocide. I'm going to continue to do that because that's not morally right. Now, does that make the people, every single person working in that university a bad person? No, that's not what I'm saying. But does that make that entity, what the thing they're doing is bad? Yes, that makes what they're doing is morally bad. And 30, 40 years down the road, history books will look at whatever is happening and the complicity of people and the genocide, and they'll call it out. And that's what I'm saying.
Can I ask you a question? Okay,
Yeah.
Human plight. Haiti. Do you know what's going on in Haiti right now?
Yes. There's human plight everywhere.
But I'm asking you, do you know what's going on in
Yes.
Haiti? Okay, what's going on?
What's happening? But so in Haiti, you have to look at historically what's happened, right? Historically, the Haitian government has been corrupt.
Yes.
Now, why has it been corrupt?
Because of greed.
Because of greed, but
and because
also
lack of infrastructure.
but historically, right? If you look at the thing, colonization, right?
Uh-huh.
Like if you break
True,
down,
yeah.
that's one of the reasons why.
Same thing with Palestine. Lack of infrastructure.
Yeah, but the reason, hold on a second.
But
What's happening in
It's a very
you're giving me
comparable.
an example of Haiti. You're
Yeah,
saying
go ahead,
so
go
your
ahead.
argument is
Yes. I haven't
there's
given
a
my
lot of-
argument, but go ahead.
what is your argument? Give me your argument.
My argument is there's something specifically going on in Haiti right now that almost nobody talks about, nobody knows about, right? But it's still going on.
Mhm.
But people are attacking the U.S. government for Palestine, for not supporting Palestine, attacking Joe. I don't even know if Joe's talked about Haiti. Maybe he has, but I haven't heard about it.
Okay,
That's
all right.
not right. A human plight's a human plight, right?
Yes, I agree with you. We should call out human plight wherever. We should call it on Sudan. You know what's happening in Sudan? There's so
don't.
many. So there's so many. There's the
That's
plight.
my point. People don't know about certain things.
But the thing is, here's the thing. Right now,
Yeah.
right? The reason why I've told you about the podcast before as well. And yes, Haiti is a problem. Sudan, there's problems. There's problems in every corner of the world.
Yes.
But in terms of Israel and Palestine and why people talk about it so much is Israel gets a lot of money from us. They've gotten $400 billion.
Of course.
So that's why people are talking about it more.
I get it.
Because more of our money is going to killing of innocent people.
I get it.
Yes.
But a human plight's a human plight. There should be criticism for things that are
I
doing
agree
wrong.
with you.
That's it. People are being eaten in fucking Haiti.
Yeah.
Cannibals
Yes.
took over the fucking country.
Yes. That is a thing that's happening
That
in
is
Haiti.
insane.
Absolutely. We should be talking about that.
Like that's my point. In my opinion, brother, that's crazier than what's going on. That's unheard of. That is unheard of for a country to be taken over by cannibals. But for whatever reason, terrorists has been a very common thing for the for the past few decades, right? And we're not talking about the thing that's even crazier. What are you looking up? Fact check.
So I'm just looking up the thing about discussing human atrocities, right? Is
not one thing is better than the other. I'm not saying or more important than the other. I'm not saying.
Well, you did say it's crazier what's happening in Haiti.
It is crazier. People eating people is crazier.
So what it seems to me, right? And I'm not an expert in Haiti because I'll just tell you, I don't know
I'm not
much.
either.
But it seems to me a lot of stuff that's happening in Haiti has to do with gang violence, right?
That it is a gang.
There's a gang.
It's a gang that took over the country.
Right. It's a gang that took over the country, and I
would reach out and say a terrorist group is a gang as well. I would say that.
Yeah.
I
Haiti
think it's
is
a very comparable observation. I think these two countries, they're both low infrastructure. They have very little help from outside countries, but one gets so much more attention because it's Israel. that's attacking them.
Okay, you're ignoring geopolitics. You're ignoring the history. So Haiti, there's a lot of problems, right?
So yes.
So you're saying insurgency
East
took
too.
over, but there is Palestinian. I hate to compare human atrocities, right?
Yes, me too. But let's do it.
But I don't want to do that. But I will say that if you want to go based off death count,
Mhm.
just death count, right? What is the death count that's happened in Haiti?
I don't know the death count.
So
I don't think anybody's gonna know the death count because nobody's covering this.
that's not true. Not nobody's covering this. There's
okay,
human.
bro. You call me out on every single absolute that I say.
Yeah, because
You
it's
say
not.
absolutes too, though.
So then call me out on it.
Oh my
I'll
god.
call me out on it.
This guy, bro.
Call me out on it. If I do that, right? Call me out on
I'm
that.
an absolutist king. Thank you.
And I will say, I wish I was
like
more
perfection.
informed. I wish I was more informed what's happening in Haiti, right? I'm probably more informed what's happening in Israel and Palestine because that's a historical issue. That's a historical wrong that's been happened against a specific group of people for
That
the
you're
last
also
70
interested
years.
in. You're just not interested in Haiti as much.
I'm not
Because-
interested in Haiti as much because I don't
because-
know enough about Haiti.
Why
That's
do you,
like
but
saying,
why do you know more about Palestine?
why do I know what?
Because your natural bias.
That's not that. No.
Yes.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Take a step back. I've been the Israel and Palestine issue I've been following since I was 16 years old, right? That's
Mhm.
the issue I've been following.
Yes.
And sure, am I more concerned about the Palestinian plight because most of the people there are Muslim? Yes. I will give you. I have a
Okay.
bias.
Okay.
Of course I'm a human. Anybody says that they don't have biases is wrong. You have a bias.
I do.
I have a bias. Most people have.
But it's important to acknowledge your bias.
I'm acknowledging my
you
bias.
are, but when you're debating about certain people or certain things,
If
you
I'm
don't.
debating a politician's track record, of course I'm going to bring up Israel and Palestine, especially if they're in power right now. How is that making me more biased? I'm just objectively looking at their
But,
record
uh-huh.
and holding them accountable for their power. That's an objective thing to do. Of course I have a bias. You can never get rid of bias in any argument.
No, of course not. But when you do have a bias and you bring up a point, right?
Mhm.
You naturally have a bias against Biden or against RFK or against whoever that's against Palestine and pro-Israel, right? Naturally, you're going to find more negative attributes about them just because you naturally have a negative bias on this person because of one subject. Does that make sense?
So I'm not a one-issue candidate. Let me make that clear. I'm not a one-issue candidate. I just gave you so many examples of Biden's
Right.
record that I
You
don't
did.
like.
You did.
And Israel and Palestine
did.
happens to be one of
You
them.
did.
Now, just because of this issue, does that make me more biased against Joe Biden? Sure. Okay. But the fact still remains to be like Joe Biden is funding a genocide. He refuses to do anything about it. RFK is bought and paid for by a lot of Israeli groups that are urging him not to even recognize what's happening with the Palestinians as a genuine violation of human rights and international laws. He doesn't call Israel out for that. So I will hold him accountable. Why is his view so biased? Why is he so pro-Israeli?
We know why.
Why?
Money,
Okay, so then
power.
exactly. So I wouldn't want to vote for any candidate that is so I don't want to vote for a candidate who, because of what one group is funding him so much money, he refuses to even consider the other side. That's my stance.
So what are you going to do?
I don't know. We'll figure. I'll
This
see.
is going to be.
I do like Jill Stein. I will say she is a party of the Green Party. Okay, again, she doesn't have an odds. Let's see. A lot of the thing that the two-party system in America has done is made you and I believe that those are the only two options and nobody else can ever win.